What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. It's been a while, but we have a meta deck discussion for the Digimon TCG. We finally have some tournament data from BT24/EX11. Well, this is, I think, EX11 was not legal for this because the event was the same weekend as its release. But we're going to be looking into the North American finals. This was, I think this was Vegas. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was the finals that happened, the second finals for North America before we have Worlds in March. This is the last finals that there is. So this is the last tournament until Worlds, and then after Worlds, we'll start having our regionals again. So we'll start having more tournament data and having more meta deck discussions in the future. And of course, this is our first, like I said, really BT24 themed one. And, in the future, we might see some stuff from EX11 in, the next formats. So we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about the top 16 deck lists. As always, we are on the Eggman site, thanking him for doing the work, putting the work in here. And I love the graph here. A lot of Hoodiemon, as you can see. So top 6, 6 Hoodiemon decks out of 16. So that's a little less than half, a little more than a quarter. We had 4 Time Stranger, like Olympus 12 decks, so that is getting on good. We had 1 Medusa deck, 1 Rocks deck, 1 Mastimon, 1 Jessmon, 1 Jupiter Time Stranger Jupitermon, and 1 Diaboromon. So really cool mix up. Really changes a lot of the decks in the format, other than of course Hoodiemon. But yeah, it's good, and we're really excited to see that. But anyways, let's get into it. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. And it is a beautiful Saturday, except for all the snow out in my front and back lawn that needs to be shoveled at some point. But that's where we are in Canada right now. So we're starting off with our Time Stranger list. And first... and we'll take a look here and see what this is all about. So this is using the Wanyamon egg, using a lot of different rookies, but focusing a lot on stuff that you'd expect to be a Geomon, a Lekmon, Patamon, a Geomon, maxing out kind of on those cards, and then playing less of the other things like Gomamon, Tapirmon also being a decent searcher as well for the deck, and different than how I play my Marukimon deck. I play a little bit more Marukimon. He's playing a little less, more Minervamon. More ways to get Tamers out for free. That's kind of what this is looking like. But he's playing a bunch of the Garurumon with jamming, because you can do an OTK with it. He's playing the Cyclone Mon. And, potentially to rush for turn, or for game, basically. And he's playing Sylphimon for that DNA Digivolve, so he's trying to get those multiple copies cards out there and make it easy to play. 2 Marukimon, 2 of the other new TS or Olympus 12 guys, 1 old Venusmon. I mean, it's a great stun card, and you can activate its effect multiple turns if you have Homerus on the board. And then kind of the similar Tamer breakdown, although focusing a lot more on these 2 than I do in my deck. I think I focus like maybe 2 of each in my deck, maybe 3 of this. But I definitely had, I had more of her. I think I had like at least 3 of her. Maybe I had a second one of her. I can't remember. But focusing a little less on Hiroko than I would. Like Abyss Sanctuary, and Sonic Shot, and Tidal Stream. So using those option cards with him, making good use of those option cards, but also in between theater, because you can play that for free off of just hard dropping that as well. So that's really, really good. So yeah, we're the added value of putting your opponent to 3 or even 4, and then just getting a free 3 cost is so good. It's just amazing. So we're seeing why that is going to be popular into the next format there. Going back, Medusamon second place. That's really cool for a Liberator deck. This is playing probably Playing Ukomon, playing 3 Ukomon. So apparently Ukomon is gas in this deck, and it's really good. Playing 4 copies of your Searcher, 4 copies of the new Elysimon, and only 2 copies of the reduced cost Evolution one. Also maxing out on the new Dimetromons, playing the Cyclonemon. I think I was playing an extra copy of this, but I mean, that kind of where the Ukomon comes from. Different level 5 line. I was playing 4 of the new Lamiamon, but I was not playing this Cyberdramon, although I do really like that Cyberdramon, so that's really cool, especially with the 4,000 plus DP and the ability to proc your effects off of just on play or when Digivolving. And then also the Pyodramon's kind of cool too, because you get that security attack +1. So that I do like that. And we have Medusa, 4 of the new Medusa, which is kind of what I was playing, but none of the old Medusa. Is actually playing War Greymon instead. Again, rush cards. I understand that. Definitely being able to play all those rush cards in this deck is actually really, really good. The old Medusamon does not feel as good. I was playing it the other day, and I was like, man, it just not feel that great to get that other card. So I can see why playing something more like that might be more beneficial. 3 Straraco, 3 of the BT21 Owen, 2 of the new Owen, and 1 of the Memory Tamer, although this could get probably changed out for the new Owen that we just got, because I think it's a Memory Tamer as well. I think I was playing 3 and 3, but I understand you might not need 3 copies of this guy. And then just maxing out on, training, scrambles, and Crimson Blaze, because it's a red deck, of course. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, and it looks good. But I like some of the changes. I like the Cyberdramon, I like the Pyodramon, and I definitely like the War Greymon over the old Medusamon. Of course, we have Rocks. We know Rocks is good. Let's just see what kind of Rocks build this is. So this one is using the Gatsumon, and then mostly maxing out on some reasons, but also using some Ukos. And then it's using the new Icemon card, so that's kind of cool. Proganomon. Proganomon for... And a Gogmamon, that's kind of interesting. Also playing Blitzarm, that's actually interesting as well. But the control version using the EX10 Paridimon plus the Blastmon, and then Magnetic Dramon, and then maxing out on unique emblems because it's really good in this deck. And then just a whole bunch of black cards. Congo's nice too. Congo's a cool stall card. Our first Hoodiemon deck, and it's in 4th place. I mean, there we go. So we'll kind of look at these. We've looked at a lot of hoodies over the last little while. So this one's playing Yokomon. This one's maxing out on the BT22 CS rookies. Looks like that it's pretty much all playing that, and then just a couple Gatsumon. And it looks like it's maxing out, mostly maxing out on its level 4s. I always love a good Pyodramon deck, so I really like that. And then what else we got? We got maxing out on Chitose, also playing Mirai, and maxing out on Yugo. And yeah, win rate 60%. That's another cool card. So yeah, it's not going the way of the other Tamers or the option cards. It's going the way of, Kremi Detective Agency and Yugo getting you your pieces quickly. And Blinding Ray is always a good card as well. That's why it's limited to 1. Same with HPD. So we got another one here. Very similar list. Looks like it. Playing the Tropical Venom. That's also a cool card. And Ice Wall. Oh, playing the new Digilab card. That's cool. But using all the 1 of 0 cost cards in the game. Although Tropical Venom's not out at 1 yet, but you never know. I feel like they should just do that to all of them. Gravity Crush. HPD. Oh, what's the other? Blinding Ray and Jack Raid. I don't know. Parabolic Junk isn't at 1 yet, and obviously Tropical Venom isn't at 1 yet. So I think those are the 6. Those are the 6 zero cost kind of get. Oh, Hammer Spark is at 1, but you don't see that get played. But that's kind of a similar one where you at least gain a memory. But a lot of these ones, it makes use to gain you at least a couple memory. Or decrease your digivolutions. So I mean, most of them are all to 1. There's a few that are not, but and if I forgot any, let me know, because it's nice to know when those cards are doing well in the format. We have the Mastimon deck, and it's using the Patamon engine. So this is pure Mastimon. It's not like the CS Mastimon. Tapirmon and Pillowmon are always good cards. The Rapidmon's nice. I was playing that. Maxing out on the Godomons. It's interesting. Maxing out on the CS Angelmon and Edemon. Playing Mummymon's kind of interesting. And then playing the ST10 Lady Devimon. That actually is really interesting. I did not see anyone playing that so that's kind of interesting. And then playing, of course, the BT11 versions as well. None of the X6 versions making it in. Also playing Shao Serafimon and no Ace and no Mastimon Ace, so that's interesting as well. And 3 of each Tamer, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's an interesting build. It's a little different. It's nice to see when people's kind of tech choices reward them. So that's kind of nice too. Here we got another one of these decks using Sunomon this time, using more Devimon than Patamon, because this guy, can Digivolve as well from the hand, but he's also got the Trash 1, Draw 1 ability, so that's kind of nice. Still maxing out on a Geomon. Still playing a lot of Lekmon. Playing a Geochusmon as well. And Chimeramon. It's a lot of level 5s. This one here, not playing Maruki, not a Marukimon build, playing mostly Minervamon, and then some of the other ones, 1 copy each. Going hard on Hiroko, but and not so much on Danyuki. I guess you really only need 1 copy of it. And you can see it's not playing as many options that it can play. It's only playing 2 in between theater that can play off of this, so that's why that's not as important. So that's very interesting as well. Jesmon GX. I'm assuming it's going to be a Gankumon build. Yep, Ganku themed build. Pretty much what you'd expect. Still a really good deck. Playing lots of Huckmons though, so you don't have to worry about getting into your stuff. Yeah, pretty much what you'd expect from a Jesmon deck right now. It's a good deck. It's a good deck. I've always been partial to Pure, but it's just not as good against other decks. It's really good against the matchup against the Ganku, but not good against other decks. This one here is playing only the Palmons, not maxing out on those BT22 CS rookies. Still playing the Pyildramon, which I do like. I love that combo. This one's playing, of course, more of the other Tamers, you can see, and then so far I'm playing more of the options as well, the CS options to proc off his effect. And still playing Mirai though, still playing Yugo, but not in such high numbers. And we got another TS, just so many decks, so many decks. So this one here, same kind of thing. Playing more Neptune, Venus, less Maruki. Minerva apparently is the way to go. Maxing out on all these Tamers and those options. That's funny, playing 4 copies of that. This one's interesting here because it's not playing any of the promos. Lekmon, Gomamon, Tapirmon, Geomon, and then Blimpmon and Locomon. It's kind of interesting for level 4 and 5. So that's kind of interesting. This is definitely an interesting build, and they were rewarded for it coming in top 16. So, like I said, innovation is good in the game. So we've got some more hoodie mons here. I'm trying to go through this fast because they're going to be similar. Yeah, pretty much the same thing you'd expect. Hoodie mon, you get some variation in it, but it's the same deck most of the time. This one's playing a Sumamon, but again, similar breakdown build. This one's playing Cyberspace Eden, so that's kind of a new one, and playing Ice Wall for stall. We have our TS Jupiter mon, which is very much the same, kind of the same thing. It's not really like, it's not pure to the line. You're using these guys. You're using Tapirmon, using Asura, Hiroko to put more bodies on the board. 2 Inori, that's kind of nice. And then not playing any of the Dan Yuki Tamer. I find that interesting. That is kind of interesting. And then we have our Diaboromon build. Let's see what the Diaboromon looks like in BT24 with the new X-Antibody support. So he's playing 4 copies of 22, 2 copies of the old Searcher from BT5. That's interesting. Not the EX6 guy, BT5, which I didn't really like necessarily. And then 2 copies of the BT2 Caramon, 4 copies of X-Antibody, 4 and 4 of the Play a Tamer, and then and that's it, nothing else. 3 copies of BT22, EX6, 4 copies of, and then BT22 Diaboromon, 3 copies of him. 2 copies of Ace, one of the EX6, really. Only one EX6 guy, and then 3 copies of X-Antibody, 2 copies of the old Armageddon Mon, which is where I lean with that. Playing 4 of the old Errata, none of the new one, not even 1 copy of the new one. I do like Parabolic Junk in the deck, it's really good. And then Defense Train, Black Memory Boost, kind of, yeah. So that's an interesting build. There's a lot of things I didn't think would be, it's way different than mine, that's for sure. And again, more stuff here. This one's more like the build that we saw in first place. A little bit more Crimson Blaze is an interesting choice, and then Abyss Sanctuary, a bit more Abyss Sanctuary, but similar. This one's actually playing the Weregurumon, which is alright. He's an alright card. And then lastly, one more Hoodiemon deck for the road. Let's see what this one does. This one's playing Kabuterimon. Again, just this one's playing 3 Pyultramon. That's a lot. Digilab, trying out the Digilab card. Yeah, no, lots of similar little changes here and there. But that is our top 16. Some of the decks I was really impressed by, like the Medusumon was really great. Massumon was really cool. And then the Time Stranger was actually really cool to see that do so well. And take that, take a quarter of the pie basically right there. Kind of almost competing with the massive amounts of Hoodiemon decks, so that was really cool. So we'll see, like if Time Stranger starts to take a chunk out of Hoodiemon's pie, we might not see it get hit as fast as we thought it would, but we might still see a ban list come March, so we'll have to take a look into that. So tell me what you guys think about the top 16 from finals. Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's neat that we had so many different decks? Are you disappointed that Hoodiemon still took a huge chunk? Are you surprised that Time Stranger Olympus 12 took that big of the pie? And are you surprised to not see other decks in there like Royal Knights or other things like that? But let me know down below, guys, what you think. And it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.